So, Matt, closing purchase loans. We're going to jump into purchase loans today. We get a lot of questions that come in from people like, hey, is it normal to take 90 days to close? Like, no. Or, what's the typical time to close a loan? I need to prepare. I need to buy. I need to sell. I need to do this, blah, blah, blah. Let's jump into that.
There's not any right or wrong answer as long as you're working with a lender that can make it happen, whether it's really fast or really slow. I mean, the real answer is, when do you need to close? What's your flexibility as a buyer? What do you have? What's in process in order to be able to close? For instance, like if you're selling your current primary and you need to close that before you can close on the new house, that's really what's stopping you from being able to close in record time, because we're relying on other buyers to get their financing situated and approved and be able to close, so that way you can move on with your next purchase. Really, the trick there is to be as prepared as possible going into making an offer. So, for instance, Movement Mortgage does upfront underwriting. So if a customer applies with us and they're willing to give us all the financial documents that we're going to require in order to approve a mortgage, we'll go ahead and do that upfront underwriting process before issuing a pre-approval letter. So basically, it puts the customer as close to being in a clear to close position as possible. It's almost making it like a cash offer. When it comes to financing, once you decide on which lender you're trying to work with, or you decide to work with, it's really important for you to get as prepared as possible. Now, sometimes it might be advantageous to be able to have a flexible closing date on a longer end of a scale, because maybe the seller that is selling you the house has to also go find suitable housing. And therefore they need a buyer that's going to be flexible with them. So it's not so much being able to close as fast as possible, but being in a position where you can be flexible, whether you close really fast or if you're in a position where you could take a little longer. It helps you stay competitive with making offers on houses and stand out amongst the other buyers out there. Why not get some of these things that need to be done anyways out of the way? It also it properly vets people out, so that way last minute conditions that we weren't aware of don't come up later in the process in the 11th hour. Everybody's mortgages are based off of three major pillars: income, credit, and assets. And income, credit, and assets are not going to change from house to house. The payments might change from house to house because of different taxes, different insurance, different price points, but a buyer's income, credit, and assets, they are what they are. So if they're willing to dive into it as much as we need to in order to close a loan, why not get it done, as much as possible before we actually find the house? It makes their offer a lot stronger. It puts them in a position to close a lot faster.